Hi human beings, today is the day we talk about one of my strengths in writing, dialogue. So dialogue is part of writing where characters are speaking. You see the little quotation marks, and that is what a character or multiple characters says. This video will cover how to make your dialogue sound natural and giving your characters a unique voice, as well as the process of writing the dialogue itself so that your dialogue doesn't sound clunky and bad. Okay, so let's jump to the tips. First tip is to write your dialogue straight through without any narrative at all. Because when we're talking, to make it sound natural, we don't stop to remark on whether a person bites their lip or on who is speaking. We don't say blank said while we're talking to someone. That would be awkward. First, just write the entire conversation, envisioning it in your head, kind of like a script, except it's not a script because you're just going through. And then I know you might be asking, but what if I don't remember which characters are speaking at once? That leads us into the next tip, number 2, color code voices. If you're writing the dialogue straight through without narrative and you have more than 2 characters, then color code the voices so that you can make sure every voice is distinct and real, and you can differentiate between the characters. For example, one character's dialogue can be red, another character's dialogue can be green, and another character's dialogue can be purple. If you realize that maybe the purple character only has one line, maybe they shouldn't be in this conversation at all. You can also realize maybe purple's voice sounds way too similar to red's voice, and so you might want to get a little bit deeper into character voice, which is what we're going to cover right now. Alright, so speaking of character voice, tip number 3, your characters are allowed to share traits, which is something a lot of writers forget. It's like they make one character the comic relief and they are the only character who's allowed to be funny, because that's how real people work. Multiple characters can be funny, right? So one of them can be sarcastic, one of them can be goofy, and one of them can be witty, and that's 3 characters who are funny in different ways, and that will make the book so much more interesting to read and the dialogue much more natural. Tip number 4 is that all of your voices should be different, which I covered briefly in the last point, which means just because characters can share traits doesn't mean that the traits have to be the same, like I mentioned. Hi, sorry, so I completely failed to explain what I meant here. I was kind of just repeating myself over and over again, that your characters' voices should all be different. I hope I cleared that up for you. I'm sorry, that was very unclear. Anyways, back to the video. Number 5, understand the grammar and stuff that people will speak. For example, that thing that I said just now was very bad because humans don't speak in perfect grammar all the time. So to make it sound realistic, your dialogue should not sound the same as the narrative, because the narrative is correct and professional, usually, if you hire a professional editor, which is required. The dialogue should sound human. It can be broken and, not correct. Your character might, stutter a lot, they might say words like and a lot. They could speak very differently. They might have had extensive tutoring or something, so they might speak with really good proper tone, but if a character has not had that, they might rely heavily on slang and may speak brokenly. So that's all that I have right now for tips on dialogue. I will likely come back with more tips later once my knowledge has expanded. So, I hope you had a great time watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheesy wave. Alright. Hi there, human beings. I'm a human being as well. Oh my god. Hi there, human beings. Today is a day... How many tries is this gonna take me? Okay, the next point is... Are we on... What point are we on? No... And... This is not going well for me at all, I'm sorry.